Your heart is not what you were told. They told you the brain controls your life. But ancient wisdom, and now cutting-edge science, says otherwise. Your true energetic power doesn't begin in your thoughts. It begins in your heart. And this truth has been hidden in plain sight, suppressed for generations. Because if you knew how to activate your heart field, if you knew how to align it with your brain, you would stop manifesting by accident and start bending reality on purpose. The ancient Egyptians believed the heart, not the brain, was the seat of the soul. In sacred scrolls, they wrote of the flame of consciousness that glows within the chest. Even when mummifying their dead, they kept the heart and threw away the brain. Why? Because something deep inside us knows the heart is not just an organ, it is a transmitter, a generator, an intelligence. Modern research is now catching up to this ancient knowing. The HeartMath Institute discovered something shocking. The electromagnetic field of your heart is over 5,000 times more powerful than your brain's. And this field isn't local. It radiates feet, even meters, beyond your body, which means you are always broadcasting. You are always signaling. But here's the secret they never told you. Your signal becomes magnetic only when your heart and brain are coherent. Most people live in incoherence. They think one thing, but feel another. They visualize wealth, but radiate anxiety. They repeat affirmations, but store grief in their chest. This creates energetic static, and static disrupts manifestation. You can't attract what you're not energetically in harmony with. And if your heart is chaotic, your signal is scrambled. The universe responds not to your words, but to the frequency beneath them. This is why thinking positive doesn't work for most people. It's not that the law of attraction is broken. It's that their inner circuitry was never turned on. But once you understand how to align your heart and brain, once you learn to generate emotional frequency on command, you don't just visualize outcomes. You magnetize them. You radiate. You resonate. And what you once chased starts chasing you. In the next part of this episode, we'll go deeper. You'll learn what coherence actually feels like. You'll see how to measure it and how to generate it. And you'll unlock the one method used by mystics and modern scientists alike to turn their heart field into a reality-bending magnet. But for now, ask yourself this: are you living in emotional coherence or unconscious chaos? Because your field doesn't lie, and reality is already responding. Comment, "I align my field," if this unlocked something inside you. Subscribe. Every episode raises your frequency further. So by now you understand, the heart is not just beating, it's broadcasting. It's not simply reacting to the world, it's shaping it. But the question remains, how do you enter coherence? And more importantly, how do you feel when you're in it? Because coherence isn't just a concept, it's a state. And once felt, you never forget it. Think about the last time your mind said yes, but your gut said no. You were out of sync. Or a moment when you tried to feel love, but the anxiety under the surface made it impossible to trust. Again, incoherence. This isn't spiritual fluff. This is measurable. When your brain and heart rhythms fall out of alignment, your electromagnetic field becomes jagged. But when they align, your field becomes fluid, focused, coherent. It's like tuning a radio. Once you're in frequency, reality starts answering. The secret of coherence, it begins with emotion. Here's the part most people miss. You don't think your way into coherence. You feel your way in. The heart responds to authentic emotional signals. The 3 fastest ways to enter heart-brain coherence are gratitude, compassion, appreciation. When you generate one of these emotions sincerely and hold it while breathing slowly, your nervous system synchronizes, your brainwaves calm, your heart rate variability evens. Your entire field reorganizes into clarity. This isn't belief. This is physics. The 3-minute coherence activation. Do this now, or save it for later. But once you feel it, everything changes. Sit or stand still. Drop into your body. Place one hand over your chest. Breathe slowly. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Let your breath fall into rhythm. Focus on the area around your heart. Recall a moment you felt genuine gratitude. It can be small, a smile, a quiet morning. Re-experience the feeling. Amplify it. Let that warmth spread from your chest outward. Let it glow. Hold the feeling while breathing slowly. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes. What you just did wasn't just relaxation. You just tuned your field. You just entered coherence. And you just began programming your reality from the inside out. Here's the secret most manifesting techniques miss. You cannot think your desires into existence while feeling the opposite. Your emotional frequency is the carrier wave. Your thoughts are just the signal riding on it. But when you're in coherence, your signal becomes laser-focused. Your electromagnetic field becomes magnetic in the literal sense, and manifestation becomes a matter of alignment, not effort. This is how you raise your vibration. This is how you attract wealth, love, opportunity. Faster. When mystics meditate with open hearts, this is coherence. When elite athletes talk about being in the zone, this is coherence. When someone prays with sincerity or feels awe in nature, they unknowingly enter it. But the difference now is why you're learning to do it on command. That's what changes the game. That's what makes you dangerous. In the best way possible. Now you know how coherence feels. You know how to activate it. But in the next part, we go deeper. How incoherence is secretly programmed into your habits, your language, even your emotional memory. How energetic chaos delays your manifestations, even when you're doing everything right. And how to seal your field, so your signal isn't hijacked again. It's not enough to tune your field once. You must learn to lock it in. And that's what part 3 is all about. You've learned how to enter coherence. You've felt it. That calm clarity, that radiant stillness, that silent magnetic power moving through you. But the truth is, most people lose it within minutes, and they don't even know it. Because coherence isn't just something you enter, it's something you must protect. Here's what no one tells you. You can sit in meditation, breathe with perfect rhythm, even feel gratitude. But the moment you scroll through chaos, speak unconsciously, or revisit an old emotional loop, your coherence fractures. You start leaking energy again, not through your body, but through your patterns. This is energetic sabotage, not from the outside, but from within. Here are examples of hidden coherence killers, emotional echoes, that unresolved resentment, that shame from 5 years ago. It still lives in your chest, distorting your signal. Language loops. Every time you say, "I can't," "I always fail," "it's hard," your words pull your frequency down. Mental fragmentation. Jumping from thought to thought, never finishing an emotion. This makes your field jagged and unreadable to the quantum. Unconscious inputs. doom scrolling, sensational headlines, toxic conversations. These hijack your nervous system and collapse your alignment. Think of coherence like a sacred container. You create it, you fill it, you charge it, but you must also protect it. Every time you exit that state without awareness, your field starts bleeding signal. It's like broadcasting on every frequency at once. The universe hears nothing, but when your field is sealed, when your coherence is guarded, you become undeniable. Your reality has no choice but to align. The 3-lock field seal practice. This after coherence activation to hold the frequency longer and stop subconscious sabotage. 1. Conscious closure. At the end of your coherence session, say aloud or mentally, "I now seal this frequency. I hold this field as my signal to reality." This instructs the subconscious to preserve the emotional state. 2. Environment audit. Ask yourself, what's the first thing I expose my field to after activation? No chaos, no fear-based media, no negative loops. Keep your environment aligned with your new signal. 3. Sacred word anchor. Choose a phrase or symbol that re-triggers your coherence instantly. Example, when you feel yourself slipping, whisper, "aligned." Feel it pull you back. Reset the field. Over time, this becomes a neural switch, bringing you back into the state within seconds. Without sealing your coherence, manifestation becomes a game of spikes and drops. You feel aligned for 5 minutes, then get triggered, distracted, or drained. The signal goes out, then fades. But with field integrity, you stop starting over every time. You build momentum, you stack coherence, you become the kind of person whose energy walks into a room and shifts it, and reality begins to obey. But what happens when you hold that coherence long enough to start reprogramming your identity? In the next part of this episode, we go deeper. You'll learn how coherence turns into conscious magnetism, how your field starts attracting wealth, opportunity, love, without force, and the forgotten law that explains why some people manifest instantly, while others try for years and fail. This is where your energy becomes architecture, where your field becomes your builder, and you become the designer of reality itself. Some people manifest like magic. They think it, they feel it, it shows up, while others try affirmations, visualizations, mindset tricks, and still, nothing. Why? Because real manifestation has nothing to do with belief, and everything to do with field magnetism. Here's the hidden law most never learn. The universe responds to your field, not your wish list, and your field is shaped by one thing: who you believe you are. Vibrationally, not mentally, not consciously, energetically. This is why people who feel wealthy become wealthy. Why people who embody love draw it in, not because they're lucky, but because their signal is coherent and charged with identity. You now know how to enter coherence. You've learned to seal it. Now you're ready to charge it by infusing your coherent state with conscious identity programming. This is where magnetism begins. Because once your field becomes identity charged, reality bends, not someday, immediately. The reality imprint technique. Do this once you've entered and sealed coherence, as in parts 2 and 3. 1. Feel the emotion of already having it. Don't imagine the money. Feel the freedom. Feel the peace in your chest. Feel the joy in your belly. Let your heart broadcast the emotion of it already being true. This informs your field that the identity already exists. Now, 2. Speak from the reality, not to it. While in that feeling state, whisper or affirm, "This is who I am now. I am already receiving." This field is magnetic. Short, powerful phrases, not for convincing, but for confirming. 3. Embody the energy through action, even subtle. Coherence without action is stagnation. Do something micro that reflects the new identity. Stand differently. Close a tab. Decline something unaligned. Write a message from future you. These are small ways you vote with your vibration. Here's what you're doing. Heart. Broadcasting an emotional signal of identity. Brain. Synchronizing intention and vision, action. Collapsing potential into physical form. This is manifestation through coherence. This is how reality shifts instantly, not because the universe is rewarding you, but because it's responding to your magnetism. You became the signal. You became the field. Ever notice how calm, focused people tend to get what they want? How they attract offers, partners, synchronicities. It's not their resume. It's not their timing. It's their frequency, their coherence, their certainty. They don't chase reality. They radiate a field that reality rearranges around. This is the level you're now stepping into. When you hold coherence, charge it with identity, and take aligned action, you stop asking for things. You start designing outcomes. Your energy becomes architecture, and the material world begins obeying the blueprint. But now it's time to go further. You've entered coherence. You've sealed it. You've charged it with identity. In the next and final part of this episode, you'll learn how to amplify your field beyond the body, to influence environments, people, and probability. The forgotten magnetic mantra used by ancient mystics to lock frequency in place, and the final energetic ritual that turns temporary alignment into a permanent vibration shift. Part 5 is not about information, it's about activation, and it will shift how your field interacts with reality forever. Share this with someone who's doing everything right, but forgetting the field. This is it. You've entered coherence. You've sealed the leaks. You've charged your field with identity. Now comes the moment that most forget, the lock-in, the energetic signature that makes it stick. That tells the quantum, this is not a moment. This is now my default. Because coherence without anchoring is fleeting. But coherence that's locked in, that's how you shift timelines. Most people get a taste of their higher frequency, but fall back into the old one within hours. Why? Because the field wasn't locked. Your nervous system needs more than a feeling. It needs a ritual marker, a moment where the new vibration becomes home base. Otherwise, the body says, that was nice, but not safe. Let's go back to what's familiar. And that's how people keep relapsing into old patterns, even when they've already felt the future. Here's how to make sure you don't just visit the vibration, but become it. Magnetic field, lock-in ritual. Do this immediately after coherence plus identity charging. This takes less than 4 minutes, but the shift it creates is permanent. Step 1, the still seal. Once you feel fully charged, sit or stand completely still. No scrolling, no speaking, just stillness. Place both hands over your heart. Breathe slowly and deeply, and say, aloud or internally, this is now my baseline frequency. This is who I am. This field is locked, and I live from it now. Feel it. Say it like it's the final word on your old self. Step 2, the body anchor. Take a physical action to embed the new frequency. It must be symbolic, even subtle. Touch your chest and whisper, "Sealed." Burn a tiny piece of paper with a limiting belief on it. Put on a piece of clothing that represents future you. Walk differently. To the subconscious, the smallest ritualized act is louder than 100 thoughts. Step 3. The closing code. Choose one word, just one, that becomes your frequency anchor. It could be aligned magnetic field, flame, remember, command. Use this word as your instant return portal. Say it when you feel doubt, when you get distracted, when you feel the old signal pulling you back. One word, one vibration, one magnetic reset. You just created a field anchor, a lock-in, a ritual closure. To the body, it's a new safe zone. To the field, it's a new signature. To the quantum, it's a clear, uninterrupted signal. This is how your vibration becomes consistent. This is how manifestation becomes automatic. This is how you stop bouncing between potential and past and become the center of gravity for the reality you were coded to command. Your old field was reactive, leaking, chasing, broadcasting noise. Your new field? Quiet, magnetic, ordered, a signal the universe must respond to. You don't have to force. You don't have to beg. You've become undeniable. This is your new frequency, your locked-in coherence. And from this place, everything changes. This completes your coherence activation. But this is just the beginning. Because in episode 4, you'll discover how your field doesn't just affect your life. It affects people, places, and probability. How to project energy into your future and pull outcomes toward you, and how to collapse timelines through vibrational command. You won't just hold coherence. You'll use it like a tool to sculpt reality. Comment "Field Locked In" if you completed the ritual. Episode 4 drops soon. Be ready to command reality, not wait for it. Share this with someone who's tired of high vibes that fade. Thank you for watching.